CrossFit, powerlifting, bodybuilding, physique competitor, basketball, baseball, football, lacrosse, soccer, strongman. What else is there? All these sports, right? People think they're better than everybody else. I think CrossFit's probably because they're just so in the limelight right now. They're growing really fast. And you got these guys that are such elitists. They're basically fucking assholes, right? And if you've met some of them, you know. And that makes you want to hate the sport. It makes you want to hate CrossFit because a fucking douchebag of a CrossFitter wants to basically push their chest out and tell them how much they're better than you. Talking shit about how someone's doing bicep curls. Same thing for the powerlifter, right? An elite powerlifter or maybe a higher level powerlifter will be like, can you move weight? You know, what the fuck is a kipping pull-up, right? I mean, it's kind of ridiculous. It's kind of ridiculous and stupid how people are when it comes to their own little world of life, right? We live in a world that is so big with so many niches from, for me, video games is obviously something I grew up with. Mega Man. I play Mega Man music in some of my videos, and I freaking play Magic the Gathering and Starcraft, right? There's these worlds. They have their own world. Some of the worlds connect with one another, right? Starcraft players don't talk shit about Magic players because they're almost not related, right? But then you got people from CrossFit and powerlifting because they're kind of in the related realm. I mean, the only thing that Starcraft and Magic the Gathering have in common is that they're basically nerd stuff, sort of, right? People that are nerdy that like to sit and play games, right? And you got people who are active, like athletes, playing basketball, football, that kind of thing, lifting heavy-ass objects, strongman, CrossFit, powerlifting, Olympic weightlifting, right? I forgot that one, right? The sort of pushing their chest out, thinking, I'm better than you. I think it's normal. It's a guy thing, especially to kind of make sure your territory is yours, right? I'm fucking better than you, right? It's fucking stupid, right? It's so dumb because people are just trying to get better at what they're doing. And the thing that makes things so bad for some people is that the people that are so into what it is that they're doing, whether it be powerlifting, bodybuilding, freaking CrossFit, they're so enthralled into it, right? They're fucking into it. And they're just like, I'm better than you. You're not fucking better than anybody. We're all trying to get better. We're all trying to get better at what we're doing, right? And instead of being a fucking douchebag and talking about how you can do this and that because you're better than so-and-so, it's not going to make anyone feel better. It's okay to have some of that banter if it's with a friend, but for someone you don't know to talk that kind of shit, you don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. Because I can tell you right now, I've heard people say, oh, their slow metabolism doesn't exist, right? Or people who talk shit about bodybuilders, people who curl, right? The problem is that the context at which the information people are coming from, because they're coming from a certain background, and that's all they know. That's what they live by. That's what they grew up with. And they have this perception of how things should be. And it's normal. As you get older, you kind of expand your knowledge, and you begin to realize how much you don't know. That's kind of where I'm at right now. I'm realizing there's so much shit I don't fucking know. But when you're young, you feel like you know fucking everything, right? And you're just like, what's this person? I don't understand why this person is doing this. How is bodybuilding a sport? This is what someone said to me. Do you think bodybuilding is a sport, Ryan? Do you think it is? I mean, yes, it's a fucking sport. It's a competitive venture. Maybe not sport in the dictionary sense. I don't know who wants to agree or disagree with me, but understand it. You're trying to do something specific. You're trying to train in the gym for something specific, either maximum hypertrophy, pure aesthetics, to look good on stage for a competition. Why would you fucking talk shit about someone that's trying to make themselves better? I don't fucking get it. It's so stupid. Okay, so I'm just fucking cursing a lot now because I'm just irritated at this. But back to what I was talking about, the context that people have about people, other people in other sports and other endeavors, is that understanding that if you've never been fat, it's so easy to talk shit about people that are fat, right? Because guess what? I was fucking fat my whole fucking life, dude. I was like, I had trouble. I couldn't stop myself from eating. I fucking hated myself. I was fucking shitty at sports. The list goes on, right? It's fucking annoying. And then you got this person who's like the top of their game, the best in their class. They started on the football team, basketball team. You're just like, And then you go out into the real world and you get a real life, right? And you start to work in the workforce. And you got people that are essentially who are good at what they did when they were in high school or college or whatever. And then they talk shit about these people because they don't know what it's like to fucking suck at something. Or if they do suck at it, they've never done it before. And the whole point of me saying all this is that, look, people come from different backgrounds. They come from different parts of their life. And we all can learn something from one another. And it's being able to interpret it. It's okay to not like kipping pull-ups. It's okay to disagree with a lot of things that CrossFitters, powerlifters, Olympic weightlifters, or even people in certain communities inside the powerlifting community, like people talk shit about Mark Bell and his slingshot and all the shit he tries to sell, right? And then the guy's just trying to make a living, and he makes some pretty good products, right? And then you got people like in different CrossFit boxes where they do bad form, and there's all these kinds of things. It's just, look, we're all trying to get better. And we're all trying to do the best for what we're trying to do. Most of us, at least the people that are watching this video, or the people that I talk to, the people that I work with, is that we're not professional athletes. We just love to exercise. We love to change our bodies. We want to get better at what we're doing, whether it be CrossFit or powerlifting or Olympic weightlifting. That's what it's about. And understand that there's always something to learn from another place. But remember that before you talk shit about something, make sure you have a valid reason and a strong argument for it. That's my main thing. Because when anyone brings up a argument to me, or they say, like, to try to get me to agree, like they're trying to get me to agree with them, right? Is that I want to know what their reasons are. And and they say, slow metabolism don't exist, or what else do people say? Oh, kipping pull-ups are bullshit, or push presses are stupid, and strict presses are better. Benching to 90 degrees is bad, which I don't think is. I think you should bench to your chest. At one point, I believe you should only go 90 degrees. Find out what people's understanding of something is, and really pick it apart before you decide to basically blow it off. Because a lot of the time, people who say things, even me sometimes, will say something that they've just heard, and then they believed it to be true. Then later find out it's not true, right? So it's kind of like, keep an open mind. Realize that what you know could change at any moment. New information can be discovered. And before you talk shit or criticize somebody else, make sure you know why you're criticizing them. So at one point you don't look like an idiot, and also you don't freaking have a closed mind about something. It's in everybody. CrossFit, powerlifting, bodybuilding, physique competitors. It's okay. I think it's okay to have shit talking all the time, because it's just kind of what we do. Like, I remember when physique came out, the physique competition started coming out. You kind of want to make fun of physique because, it's basically a men's beauty pageant, right? Bikini. And then bodybuilders. But the reality is bodybuilders are fucking humongous and have very high genetics, great genetics, and they take a lot of drugs. You can't even, or most of them do at least, it's very hard to even, people don't have a desire to get that big. At the same time, people can't get that big because of just where they're at. And then, there's lots of examples, but just wanted to rant a little bit. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, click like. If you're not a subscriber, what are you waiting for? Subscribe. And I will see you on the next video.